We would just like to acknowledge the participation of the following. I'll just go over the question and answer chat box or a section. So I would call the people who have more or less mentioned that they're attending these sessions. We have from the Mindanao State University main campus, Mr. Fernando. We have from LPT, Mr. Michael Angelo Ranosa, Engineer Mark Brian Pabon from DLSU, Dasmariñas. We have from the Division of Antipolo City, Mr. Jose B. Taroy Jr. From LPT, Patrick Vergara, Julius Cansino from PUP Santa Mesa. From Bukidnon State University, Kalinlangan Satellite Campus, may hapon kanimo, but the name was not indicated though. Mr. Fernando from Mindanao State University, again, I saw his name. Jess Aquino from University of Luzon, Dagupan City, Pangasinan. We also have Ronald Fernandez, Fernando Siquete Jr. from the Mindanao State University main campus, May hapon. From the Central Philippine State University, we have participation also from BIP-SU, Sergio Arago Matugas Jr. We have also from Torcaranza, Gahil Santos, Nabel Bendia from Laon. We also have Manili from City University. And then we also have from Past College Alaminos, I guess this is Pangasinan, right? State College Alaminos, Eileen Castrens. And then we also have Noli from MSU Nawaan. And Mariano Marcos State University. We have Eliza Labantino from Maryhill College, Lucena City. We have also from Philippine Accountancy and Science School, Marie Crisco Studio. Kent Batulan from, I forgot where this person is now. Hold on. We also have from Quezon City University, Alexis Cromwell Arandia, also good afternoon. Kindly indicate your name and institution. All right. Because it would be best for us to know your names and the institute where you come from, kindly note that on your screen right now, there are portions there that would indicate that as to how you can sign in, no, with your name on it. Please make sure that this afternoon there are no more people hiding in anonymity. We all know your names. So let me just get the other person so that I can see here on the chat box while waiting for us to officially start. Okay. We also have from Davao del Norte State College, Leo Rayon Jr. And then we have Guimaras State College, Erwin Dumagpi. Melanie Lance Caronongan is from Pangasinan State University, Lingayen Campus. Okay, we have from Bataan Peninsula State University with the initials MCH. We also have from Masbate, but I don't have the name though. From Marawi City, we also have another one who is still under anonymous. From Capiz State University, Willie Ford Abunas. From Cebu Technological University, Jovelyn Abelia, Manghapon ni Muday. From Benguet State University, Becca Ridon, Becca Ridon. Then from Taguig City University, Mark Vincent Malangit. From MMSU, Ilocos Norte, Jana Marie Quinto. From Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, Vergel Mirana. From Mindanao State University at Naawan, Noli Vergel Kirit. From MSU University Training Center in Marawi City, Aziza Ashari. And then we also have from Mindanao State University from the Malawi campus, Rosemary Amparado. Ronald Fernandez, okay, is with us. Aaron Noel Taloza from the University of Northern Philippines in Vigan City. Carl Loven Adlawan from CNU. Paul Victoria from Bulacan Polytechnic College. Buena Criselda Talosa from Ilocos Sur Community College. From Rojas City, Capsu Main Campus, Miraluna Sabit. Maria Andrea Francia from Cavite State University, Carmona Campus. Lexter Natividad from CLSU. Angeline De Sogo from Ilocos Sur Community College. Okay, we have also Robert John Bayan from Cavite State College in Carmona. Donalyn Carino is watching from Ilocos Sur Community College. Gemma Javier from Ilocos Sur Community College. Errol Bravante from, I think this is Pangasinan State College. Yolanda Sachada from Cavite State University, Carmona Campus. Krishna Matini, Pambayang, Dalubhasan ng Marilao. I'm sorry, from Bulacan. Angeline Dasugo from Ilocos Sur Community College. Katrina Rancudo, TUP Manila. We have Kent Batulan from Cebu Technological University, Manghapon. Okay. Juna or Huna Velarde from Masbate. Jesus Aquino from University of Luzon. Nila Leonardo from Pambayang, Dalubhasaan ng Marilao, Bulacan. Donalyn Carino from Ilocos Sur Community College. Ron Aldo from Abriones from Tarlac Agricultural University. Annalisa Mojica. Okay, I think I mentioned this already. Patrick Vergara from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, Mid La Union Campus. Yeah, we have Matthew Loyola from Cavite State University, Carmona Campus. Gladys May Rosales from Mindanao State University, Main Campus. Angelica Clarisa from Taguig City University. Christy Tanalgo. Loveline Ann Cardona from Ilocos Sur Community College. Jocelyn Siochi from Cavite State University, Carmona Campus. Carla Aurea Galion from the Mariano Marcos State University, City of Batat, Ilocos Norte. Melanie Lance Caronongan. Annalisa Mojica and Angel Ivy Gamo from MSU Main Campus. Jeremy Bin Espinosa from the SU La Union. John Matthew Loyola from Cavite State University, Carmona. Sunshine Saldivar from Ilocos Sur Community College. Okay. Vera Vanessa Lastimosa from MSU Main Campus. Zemaila Fernandin from Ilocos Sur Community College. Okay. Joanna Ann Patubo from Ilocos Sur Community College. Iris Rowena Bernardo from PUP. Clesan Calve Naga from MSU Main Campus. Erdi Kahurao from Masbate State College. Maynard Tolio from Ilocos Sur Community College. Glenn Beliber from Bulacan Polytechnic College. And then, okay, Maynard Tolio from Ilocos Sur Community College. Wendell Alferez, Pangasinan State College. Infanta Campus. All right. Well, this serves also as your attendance check. Rosie Jane Shiosan from West Visayas State University. What is PC? All right. Mamnuna Balya. Hermie Alegre. Edward Calida from PWU. Dr. Jessamine De Leon from PNPA. Vera Nermalin from Sagay City, Negros Occidental. Bataan Peninsula State University. Okay, so I hope I haven't missed anyone. Okay, from Olongapo Gordon College, Precious S. De Castro. Homer Tacubanza from Bataan Peninsula State University. Romeo Winston Dizon, Virgen Milagrosa University Foundation. Vergel Verana, Central Bicol, State University of Agriculture, Saidamin, Bagolong, Cotabato City, State Polytechnic College, and Job Bless, Dave, TUP Manila, Patrick Vergara, LPT, I think I've mentioned that, Patrick, Babe, Karen Cristal. Okay, who else haven't I acknowledged here? Friends, time check. It's 12:56. In a few minutes, we will officially start the afternoon session. I'm just making sure we're somehow taking note of your attendance and also acknowledging your participation. Earlier, I was told that we have about 600, more than 600 express interest in joining the training, but I guess some internet problems with the internet connections may have kept them from joining us this morning, but hopefully we have more this afternoon. Okay, like Professor AC Suyat from Quezon City University is also here. Okay. Joanna and Patubo from Ilocos Sur. Anyway, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you're taking note of the various links provided to you. We shall be editing the videos, and soon we will provide you the copies. We will post them at the Facebook page of Far Eastern University or the FEU Manila Institute of Education. If you're asking for the link, all you have to do, sweetheart, is go to the Facebook page, type in, search for Far Eastern University, and you will see the videos playing maybe sometime tonight or maybe tomorrow, because it will take time to edit. Or you can also search for FEU Manila Institute of Education. There you will have the video as well as the PowerPoints loaded into it. I know this is because we're online, we're learning from different pace, at a different pace, we're using different gadgets with certain limitations. So the playback that we will have in the later part of the day would help you review and go over the notes and maybe pause and then take down notes. So we do advise, well, one of the things that I would advise is, like students, you always keep a notebook on hand and your ball pen so you can take down notes. We will start in a few minutes. Meanwhile, take note what is flash or house rules for the use of the Teams Live. Please come, I hope all of you are now on board. We shall start in a few minutes. Kindly use the live Q&A button of the Teams Live to send your questions or engage in the discussion. I hope no one is no longer anonymous at this time, but indicate please your name as well as the institution. This activity is being recorded by the Far Eastern University for purposes of documentation of the training. Please log in with your complete details, and noted in the picture, it indicates there the name that you are supposed to set, and also the questions. We will entertain the questions after the presentations of each resource person. All right. In a few minutes, in a minute, we will officially start the session in the afternoon. Please stand by. Again, please make sure that you answer again the form for your attendance. Please check what is flashed on screen. You now have the link for your attendance. Before we go on live, maybe you can do so. All right, it's exactly 1 o'clock, and welcome once again. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Assalamualaikum for all of those in the Muslim Mindanao. This afternoon, we will continue the faculty training for wired flexible learning. It's a project of the Far Eastern University and the Commission on Higher Education Bayanihan project. Okay, so this is a 5-day training, online learning, and we hope you really gain a lot from this, and you'll be able to prepare yourself for the coming, in the next few days, probably for your semester to start. Okay, now, this afternoon, we have 2 presenters. Module 1, Part 2 is about onboarding of the Learning Management System, or LMS. The first presenter we have will discuss about the rollout and implementation of the Learning Management System, and she will share with you the perspective from Far Eastern University. She has a master's degree in Information Technology from Ateneo de Manila University, and also a Master of Arts in Teaching from the Philippine Normal University. She's a candidate now for her PhD degree in Doctor of Information and Technology at the University of the East. Her research interests include human-computer interaction, data analytics, programming and development. Currently, she's the director of the Education Technology. Our first presenter is Director Catherine M. Catamora. Ms.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. Magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. Okay, so for today, or for this afternoon session, I was tasked to give you a perspective on how we really did it in FEU before we actually give you yung ating hands-on activities and introduction to a learning management system after this talk. Okay, so most of you probably have not experienced having a learning management system or using a learning management system in your respective schools, and probably just starting out to find one that could fit you and your class or your students, and how you're going to deliver all of these lectures that you have. Your schools or your respective universities may have chosen a specific learning management system for you to use, or you probably have signed up for a free learning management system available in the market right now. Now, for today, I'm going to give you on how we really did it for FEU. 9 years ago, way back in 2009, that's around 11 years ago, we already started implementing, adopting learning management systems through the power of Moodle. Moodle, by the way, is what you're going to experience for the rest of the training. So we've had Moodle for since 2009 and shifted to another learning management system which is called Canvas. Okay. Now, before I move on to the actual presentation, let me show you this video we've created for our faculty members and for our students on how Canvas, or how this learning management system platform had helped or would help them in their daily class teaching and learning routine.
Essential for me as a student.
I can easily monitor my grades,
Helps me in my class in all aspects.
make the learning process better and efficient.
Helped us to refresh our memories outside of the classroom.
Timely tool a teacher can ever have.
Sometimes I'm sacrificing time away from school, but with the help of Canvas, I can track my standing in the class. This app is a must for us students to improve and maximize our learning potential.
It allows me to have private communication with my students without the need to use any social media accounts, and Canvas helps me maintain professionalism with my students.
We use Canvas on a daily basis, especially when we have homework or classroom activities.
I use this application every day. Overall, Canvas is a unique tool or methodology in a teaching-learning process.
As a working student, I tend to miss some class, but with Canvas, it helps me to keep up with lessons that I missed. The app notifies us, students, if there are new lessons uploaded by professors or there's homework to do.
As a student, in cases whereby there are no classes or school is cancelled due to an unexpected event, Canvas makes it possible for students to have discussion and share their opinion on any given topic at all.
Canvas is very useful in terms of marking students' assignments using the speed grader and rubric.
Canvas, teacher-driven learning.
Okay. Okay, so that's how Canvas is helping everybody from students to faculty members on their daily routine of teaching and learning inside the classroom. Okay, now to move on with the presentation. Okay, on FEU's quest to become one of the top 5 universities, not just in the Philippines, but globally, we set our own standards, our personal standards, our university standards, our own key performance indicators. We call them our aspirations. Now, we had our aspirations 2020, where these key performance indicators included matched excellence, adaptive excellence, and digital excellence. Okay. Now, these aspirations allow us to check everything within the university and how are we performing to serve our industry partners, our students, and of course, the entire stakeholders or all the stakeholders of the university. Now, based from these aspirations 2020, we've desired to achieve matched and adaptive excellence through digital literacy while we develop effective communicators, lifelong learners, and critical thinkers from our graduates. Okay. Now, this learning management tool that we acquired, so as I've mentioned earlier, we had Moodle before. Okay, we've experienced Moodle for over 9 years and then shifted to this new learning management system, which is called Canvas. Canvas is a cloud based learning management system that makes teaching and learning a lot easier. So it's an additional tool for everybody. It's an online tool that you can download on your phones. You can even download on any device. It's device compatible and they have specific applications for students, faculty members, and even parents. Okay, so our main objective in adopting learning management systems are to make our classroom student centered. Okay, so we have to create a student centered learning classroom and engage these students not just within our face to face interaction or engagement with them, but on the virtual space where they're very comfortable too. Okay, so we've shifted from the traditional to blended type of learning. So we've injected the use of these kinds of tools aside from the LMS, educational learning tools in our classes, in our daily routines as teachers to make sure that learning still happens even outside the classroom. And these technology enabled instructions help our students cope with their daily class lives or their daily university lives. We've also, one of our objectives also was to create this particular technology enabled learning environment and the culture of having these technology with you, not just for the students, but also for our faculty members. Okay? Promoting digital literacy, utilize technology anytime, anywhere within the university and even outside. Okay, so an FEU student sees this particular technology as a tool for learning, not just an accessory. So we've wanted to develop such culture for both our students and our faculty members. Now, during the course of our implementation or search for a good learning management system, we've also designed how are we going to shift our faculty members from the convenience of face-to-face to a digital learning environment. We've designed this strategy. We call them the 4 A's: awareness, appreciation, adaptation, and finally advocates. Now, what does awareness means? What does appreciation means? Adaptation and advocates. Okay, so we cannot actually force faculty members to shift automatically. They're not robots that would shift once you've given them something. They adapt to it and embrace it freely. So what we did was to make them aware. So first is the awareness, and make them appreciate that this particular technology will not take away any class time or any engagement time with the student, but instead increase their engagement with the students, and then make them slowly adopt to the technology and make them eventually advocates of the said technology. Now, what are the strategies we did for awareness? So during our first implementation of Canvas, as I've mentioned, from our shift 3 years ago, we did massive trainings. We trained all our faculty members on one particular summer that's about 2 months. So a 3 week training for all faculty members across the university of all ages, okay, of all gender, okay, all gender types, all age groups. We trained them. Okay. It's a massive ongoing training until now. All full-time faculty members, all part-time faculty members, our regular faculty members went through the same training. We've developed a manual for them. We've created a very simple go-to manual so as they won't be able to get lost inside the system once they're inside of it and probably forgot how to perform a particular task. They have a go-to manual. They can open this manual and just search through what particular feature to use, and guided instructions are there. Okay. We've also made several orientations for our faculty members that we're shifting from one learning management to another, and we would be implementing this particular learning management system not because the university wants to, but it's for an upgrade in their teaching and learning strategy. Okay. Now, during the course of our training with them, as I've mentioned, this is a 3 week training. Actually, it's 3 phase training that we had with them that lasted for like 3 weeks. Okay. So first, the first phase was to tell them all the technical details of the platform, the content and the layout training. So would it be, what it would look like if they would sign in, ano pong makikita nila sa loob ng application, what are the features of the application, what are the modules that can be found inside, what are the functions that they can use. Okay, so from posting announcements to the development of an assignment link for their students, to test banking, to the use of our plagiarism software, down to the use of to the access of Office 365. So everything had been given to them as part of phase one. This is going to be the content and the layout training. So all technical details are going to be found on this particular part or this particular phase. Now during phase two, we told them that aside from the technical parts of the learning management system, they need to interact with their learners. And how are they going to interact with the learners? Of course, through the same platform, we've given them strategies on how to create rubrics, how to use the speed grader of the said platform, how to integrate media recordings. The platform had given us that freedom to input or to integrate media recordings on our actual courses. How to use the roll call system to check the attendance of their students, put discussions or forums, and allow collaboration within the same platform. Okay, so all of these were discussed with them as part of phase two. So aside from the technical part of the platform, we wanted them to engage their students as well. So thus we have phase two, interaction with the learners. Phase is cultivating the learner independence. So aside from being the center of information, we wanted them to shift from being the sage on the stage to become a facilitator, a guide on the side. So we wanted them to harness the independent capability of these learners to learn on their own. Thus, we have such phase 3, cultivating the learner independence. Of course, through the use or through incorporating features from the said platform. Okay, we've given them all of these strategies. So, phase three sets of trainings, not just knowing the technical parts of the platform. Okay, so all of our faculty members went through these trainings. So, wag po kayong matakot or wag kayong mahiya that you cannot adjust readily to the technology being handed down to you right now, because even our faculty members had a hard time adapting to the technology before. It took us at least a year to make them embrace this particular technology. Okay? So yun po yung next phase namin, was to make sure that they appreciate the technology. Okay, so not just spoon-fed them that you have to use this technology. We've also given them ways in which they can appreciate the technology. We've created promotional videos. We've had faculty members who gave their Canvas experiences or their platform experiences during that particular year. Okay, we've continuously monitored their accounts. We didn't force anybody to automatically shift. We've given them the opportunity to adapt themselves. Okay, so we've had activities like Canvas weeks. We've had activities that allowed us to join with other units in the university, like the Center for Culture and the Arts, the Academic Affairs Office, the University Research Center, even the accreditation team. We had um, collaborations with them. Okay, and finally, we've branded this particular learning management system. We've co-branded with the learning management system and eventually called it FEU on Canvas. Okay, so as I've mentioned, after we made them aware and we've enabled them to appreciate, that's the time that they slowly adapt to this particular technology. Still, continuous training had been given to them yearly every summer. We try to upgrade or give them seminars on how they can improve their teaching strategies using various types of technology, not just the learning management system. We've adopted the use of the learning management system, not just with our academic subjects, but with subjects like NSTP. Okay, and of course, we wanted to make sure and ensure that the technical adoption of the faculty members would be very smooth. So we've made developments in the adoption in such a way na a week before the actual start of the semester, faculty members can gain access to the platform. And our students on day one can access whatever their faculty members had uploaded using the platform. Okay. And then finally, make these faculty members our own advocates. So EdTech or academic affairs would no longer tell them to shift. They slowly shifted, and these faculty members who had shifted became our advocates. They are the ones who would tell their co-faculty members to use the system and to use the platform. And to reward these advocates that we have, we gave them awards. Okay, we call them our Canvas champions. Our Canvas champions would receive yearly gadgets, yearly cash prizes. Aside from the individual, the department, and the institute, the individual, the institute, and the department, they would be receiving uh, incentives in the form of gadgets. Why gadgets? Because these gadgets would allow them to use Canvas more or to use the platform more. So you see, it doesn't really matter what type of learning management system your school have or our school have, it's how you would allow your faculty members to embrace the technology. Now, I'm sure this would be a very short time for you to embrace any new technology that the school or any school or any administration that you have on your respective schools to embrace this type of technologies. Masyado na pong maigse yung time. But just to give you an idea yung pong positive mindset of the technology helping you, going for you and not against you, is one good mindset any faculty member or any teacher should have. So as I've mentioned, these four A's were FEU's pillars in implementing and allowing our faculty members to adapt to the technology. Awareness, okay, adoption, you have your um, advocates, okay, of the technology. Okay, and appreciate the technology. Now, here are some videos that I could share with you that we give to our students. So you, aside from the faculty members, of course, you need to engage your students. So we've also created specific videos for them, especially with our freshies. Okay? So lalo na ngayon, wala po kaming face-to-face interaction with our students. We, instead of just simply communicating with them through a conference or through Zoom or through Teams, we've created various videos for them, and these are some of them. So from giving them informations on what Canvas is to how they would log in to the system. So kailangan din po natin na alam ng estudyante ko nung platform ang gagamitin ninyo. Okay? So kailangan aware po sila, not just the faculty members, the students should also know what technology should they use to engage with their classes and with their teachers. Okay, now here's another video where we're teaching students how to upload assignments on the platform. So as much as possible, we have to engage all of them, both the faculty members and the students, of course, in using any learning management system. So, from the Education Technology Office, I would like to thank everybody for listening. I hope you can also do a good rollout and implementation on any learning management system for your respective universities. Salamat po. Ma'am Liz?
Thank you very much, Ms. Kathy Katamora. So, friends, she has just shared with us a brief introduction of how we do it in Far
Very
Eastern
brief.
University. Yeah, it's not, well, you have to understand that we come from various social demographic profiles. I mean, all faculty members. Some of them are as old as I am, or perhaps a little bit more senior than I am. Some are quite techy because they're young, but it doesn't assure you just because they're young, they're also well adept with getting themselves into the learning management system. So that's how, yeah, so that's how we were introduced, how we were coached along the way. Should we have problems, we can always communicate to EdTech, seek help. We can always go to their offices before the COVID-19 pandemic. And just recently on Canvas, on the dashboard itself, we would see notice that, well, not just a notice, but we have a manual on how to navigate through Canvas. So in case, other than the trainings that she has made mention of, it was quite extensive, and just like you're paying attention to an online training. It's not easy to catch unless you do it manually. I mean to say, side by the explanation, I'm also trying to follow through. It is quite difficult. But again, so to augment the online training like what you're having right now, you will have, in our case, in your training, we're going to post again the edited and videos of the morning session and the afternoon session very soon, and again on the Facebook page of FEU Far Eastern University and that of FEU Manila Institute of Education. So thanks again, Ms. Kathy. And
Ma'am, can I
yes,
just
ma'am.
answer one
Go.
question from, I saw one question from the Q&A. Is Canvas daw po free, an open source software? No po, unlike Moodle. It's a proprietary type of software. But with Moodle, you can actually do or perform similar tasks that Canvas can perform. Of course, syempre magkakaiba sila ng mga bentahe na feature. But Moodle, one of the first learning management, open source learning management software that we have available in the market, can also perform a lot of tasks that allow faculty members to do their online teaching. Yun lang po, Ma'am Liz.
Thank you so much, Miss Kathy. Yeah. No, so,
Opo.
well, who knows? Your university or colleges may be able to get in touch with the providers of Canvas, and you can arrange for a deal. But I tell you, as a professor in Far Eastern University, it is so helpful. From doing the quizzes or exams, and then because it has speed graders, I it's so easy, it's fast, and of course you don't limit yourself to multiple objective questions, but even if with the essays, it's easier to check and students can immediately monitor how they fared. It's easy also for us to communicate some instructions as well as providing them reading materials. Even right now, for the first semester under the new learning mode, we have already uploaded several modules which they can both access, whether they are synchronous or asynchronous. So thank you again, once again, Ms. Kathy. And as of now, we have
enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. You will be there. She'll never leave us because she's always on standby should anything happen on the online training. Friends, we have so far 164 of you watching us right now, and I would like to encourage all the others to be on board now. As mentioned in the earlier graphics, please, when you register in the attendance sheet, please make sure you've also indicated your name and your address. That way, we're able to keep track of how many you are, and hopefully if you have other friends who may be interested and somehow they also got the notice or approval from your universities, please ask them to join us on board. Get in touch with our moderators or Miss Mayet Rivera as well as Chini, so that you can get the link for the invitation. By tomorrow, for tomorrow's session, we have another link that we're going to share with you, and you can check it out later. Meanwhile, you notice that flashed on your screen right now for the monitoring of attendance. I hopefully will not have only 164, but I hope all the 600 are on board. So please make sure you click that link and sign in, log in now so we can account for your participation. Now let's move on to the next presenter this afternoon. He is going to discuss to us or present to us an introduction to the learning management system. He has a master's degree in information systems at the University of the Philippines, and he's also a candidate now for Doctor of Information Technology. Okay, this is at the University of the East. He just finished his comprehensive and finished it with flying colors. He's still also expansive. His research interest includes clickstream data behavior of students in learning management system and education units, various education certifications, such as Microsoft or the trainings he had, Google and Microsoft, CSC Certified Electronic Data Specialist, Computer Programmer. He's an education technology specialist and also a faculty of the Institute of Arts and Sciences, teaching math and IT or information technology. But you know, before I mention his name, I want you to search for him in YouTube, or YouTube. Look for Teacher Rich because he provides, he's a vlogger. He provides very, very helpful tips on how you could save data if you're just using your smartphone, how you could save a video, how to record your video for your presentations. Again, Teacher Rich on YouTube. Subscribe to his YouTube. So friends, please welcome my friend Richmond Lim. Rich, it's your turn.
Hi, good afternoon. I'll just play a video first and then lilipat po ako sa kabilang backdrop. Wait lang po. I'll just load my PowerPoint po. Okay. Hello po. Ma'am Liz, can you hear me? Clear? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, Rich, we can hear you now. You may proceed.
Thank you.
Just avoid the echo. Echo, Rich.
Sige po.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so our first topic is digital citizenship. So I'll just show you a picture, and siguro Ma'am Liz will monitor the Q&A. If what can they see, or in an educational or technological perspective, what can they see in this picture?
So friends, you can now post your answers on the live event Q&A. I will not read your answer though if it's still anonymous. So the question that Rich raised was that for you to describe or place a statement or a phrase or two as to what you see in this picture. What does it connote? So can I have responses? All right. Can we ask for your response to this picture? What do you see in this picture? Kindly type in. While waiting for the responses to reach, they would like, several of them were asking for copies of the do's and don'ts. One, if it's already on YouTube, and if they may have a copy as well. Miss Kathy, or who would like to respond?
Kathy could answer that.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I didn't get it. Sorry, ma'am.
There
I was
is a
answering
request.
from the Q&A. Yes, ma'am.
They would like to ask for copies of the do's and don'ts, if it would be available on YouTube.
It will be available on FEU's YouTube channel.
Okay.
But
all right.
For now, we don't have a copy of. But for now, ma'am, we don't have a copy of it publicly available because it was initially created exclusive for FEU faculty members and students. Wait lang po if it's gonna be available on the FEU YouTube channel. If it's there, you can probably show it to your students or your respective campuses.
Okay. All right. I have a response now from Iloilo City from Florali Inayan. She says, not everyone is born with the technological wit, even in this generation. And then J.O. Maniulit says from Taguig City University, think inside the box. Renovic Ripolio says, Iris Rowena Bernardo from PUP, the mother hen is startled with what the chick is doing. Seems like the mother hen is not techie. All right. From Masbate State College, Erdi Kahurao. Okay, this is not pertaining to the picture. Okay, Jocelyn Santos says, born techie, digital. And then from Christian Mark Balantes from Camarines Norte State College, Labo Campus, he says, the child is more adept in using the technology than the parent. And Michael Angelo Ranosa from LPT ACLC, young ones are more technologically advanced than their older generations. And I cannot read the other one, it's anonymous. From Precious de Castro, Gordon College, mother will have to help facilitate the learning of her child. And from Christian Balantes again, the child, or I think I've read that. Okay, Paulo, Victoria, Bulacan Bulacan Polytechnic College, young students or learners nowadays are impressively techies. And Ana May Ibardo, Mindanao State University, young ones are more aware and knowledgeable of the gadgets than the old ones. And Rosemary Amparado, younger generations are technology natives. And April Shane, ACAS, it shows economic status. Oh, she looks at it from a polyecon perspective. Yeah, it's a political statement. Very good. And then from Bita, okay, hold on. Cecilio Molina from UCU. At young age, you're already technologically savvy. And from, I think, Pangasinan State College, Alexis Cromwell Arandia, he says, not everyone's born techie. And PSU, Sheena, a techie chick is a smart chick. All right. Young ones are more aware and knowledgeable of the gadgets than the old ones. Anne May Ibardo from Mindanao State University. And so, yeah, from the Division of Anthropology, digital native, etc. Okay, more or less, those are the ideas,
Yes.
Rich.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Liz, for those for reading those feedbacks. So actually, when we say when we interpret this picture, no, this is our idea of why are we educating various ages of teachers. Kasi as much as your students are coping up with you, kasi you know something, diba? They are learning from you. And also, we should also cope up with the students kung ano yung skills na kaya nilang gawin. That's why this onboarding, the whole training is about not just training you in the technological side, but also in the pedagogical side of things. So first things first is before I introduce you to LMS, I'll give you some things that our digital natives na tinawag po nila is aware of and tayo baka hindi natin alam. So first thing is this is online. So some safety tips in protecting your privacy. Kasi marami po tayong anong tawag dito? Nabibiktima tayo ng ganito. We know a password, but how secure our password is. So when we say online, it's an opportunity also and also a risk of exposure for private data to go public. Okay? Pag sinabi natin, nilagay natin yan online, that's automatically public. Sabihin natin private siya for few friends, but it's still public. Okay? So it's important to know na yung passwords natin, first thing is we secure them. Okay? Paano ba isi-secure? Baka naman po ang password natin, meron tayong username, okay, babygirl15@yahoo.com. Tapos ang password natin is 1234 o yung birthday natin or yung pangalan ng anak natin, di ba? It's important that we secure this because this is our key to online. Okay? This is our key to everything. So what we will do is to have these guidelines to make sure to create a password that has mix of multiple types of characters. Ano ba yun, sir? Yung mix of multiple types of characters is just a combination of siguro symbol, $sign, a hashtag. Kung hindi tayo familiar sa hashtag, na gamit ng mga bata ngayon, it's the pound key, diba? Also, it's a person sign, anything na hindi alphanumeric. We can also add capital letter, small letters in combination. So kunyari sabihin na natin ang pangalan mo ay Andrea. Your name is Andrea and you want that password. Baka naman makakalimutin tayo or whatsoever. So pwede naman natin gamitin that instead of letter A siya na capital, we could replace it as @ diba? Letter N, letter R, tapos yung number, letter E natin is number 3. Pwede pong ganun. Or we can use paraphrase. Ano ba yung paraphrase? Kunyari, meron kang favorite line sa isang movie, diba? With great power comes great responsibility. So, kunin mo yung first 2 letters ng sentences na yun para at least you can recall easily kung ano yung password nyo. Diba? Hindi kailangang, hello, nandiyan pa ba kayo? Sorry po, nag-disconnect ako. hindi kailangan ng hindi kailangan meron tayong specific notes for that. You just recall it using your favorite paraphrase. Okay? And then two-factor authentication is available. Ano ba tong two-factor? Kunyari po, binigay nyo yung password nyo sa asawa nyo. So alam niya yung password niya. Lovey-dove, 55. So ang ginagawa po ni asawa is pwede niyang i-log in and then tignan yung account nyo. So with two-factor, you can just enable it, for example, on Facebook. And then magte-text muna si Facebook, magpapaalam muna siya sa'yo, may naglalagin na account mo. Would you agree to this or not? So it's very important kasi at least if ever there are some things na might happen along the way na expose yung password nyo, hindi pa rin nila malalagin because of that two-factor authentication. Okay po, gawin nyo na po yan sa Facebook. Then recovery, it's important that you have this email address na nandun lahat, nakalink yung account nyo and very secure yun. No, kayo lang nakakaalam talaga ng password. So that if ever na-compromise yung isang account, for example, bank account nyo, it's easy to restore or recover your passwords kasi meron kang recovery email or valid cellphone number. Yun pala, yung phone numbers nyo, if you have prepaid SIM cards, actually yung SIM pack po, yung pinaglagyan ng SIM card, yung pinagtanggalan, these are very important. Bakit? Pagka nawala po yung SIM card, you just go to the nearest, kunyari, Smart or Globe store and then show them this case, nawala yung SIM card ko. What will they do is just replace the SIM card with the same number. So at least, hindi nawawala yung number niyo at hindi kayo paiba-iba ng number. Kung yun yung goal niyo. Okay. And then your email is your key. Wag po nating kakalimutan yung password natin sa email. You store it in a very secure place para at least pag nagkaroon ng aberya, yung email nyo nandyan for restoration of all of your accounts. Okay? And then manage allowable contents. Okay. In this one, it's more on the mobile phone side. When you install your applications, you have to allow what the application needs to be allowed. Ano ba yon? Kunyari po, meron kayong in-install na map application, yung taga-trace po, Waze, ganyan. And then it's asking you to gain access to your photos. So medyo may tanong doon, no? Bakit mo kailangan ng photo access ko? Hindi ka naman Facebook, 'di ba? Hindi ka naman kailangan mag-upload ng photo. So you have to question first if you are going to allow that or not. So kayo po ang may control nun, hindi po yung application. Those phones are designed to ask first the user if which information they are willing to divulge over the internet. Okay? Do not install untrusted applications. When you say untrusted, magsasabi naman yan si Windows, si Mac, si Android, si iPhone, for that matter. Sasabihin niya na, you're not installing from a legitimate source. Make sure that you are aware of the risk. Yan. So, binabasa po yung mga prompt na yan, hindi lang po natin in-okay lang. Okay? And then install all updates. Alam ko, taxing to. Bakit? Ang lalaki po ng files. Ang lalaki ng dina-download, but it's still the aim of the software vendor is to protect you to any intrusions. Okay? Okay. And then do not purchase on public network. So ito ginagawa ko po, whenever I connect to public networks, I'm making sure na pag meron ng purchases over the network o kahit banking transaction lang, it's better that I use my LTE. At least, 'di ba, it's personal, yung data mo nandoon, ikaw lang ang gumagamit, walang nangingialam, no? It's like you are going in a tunnel alone, yun po yung sa LTE. Pero pag public networks, ang dami yung nagpa-pass by. So makikita nila yung may possibility na may nag-sniff or nakikita po yung passwords nyo. Okay? And then always check the URL. So ito, marami pong nabibiktima actually if you are into news, what we call the phishing site. So they clone the website. For example, BPI, kamukhang-kamukha niya yung website. And then pag nag-enter ka dito sa fake, ang ginagawa niya is sinesave niya yung data nyo. So anong nangyari? Na-expose na yung email nyo, na-expose pa yung email address. So in order to check those, basahin nyo lang po yung nasa taas ng browser. Make sure that it is properly spelled. BPI Express Online, for example. Yung iba, nag-snoop lang. Yung BPI Express Online, yung O niya, 0. Para maging kamukhang-kamukha nung yung website na yun. So, make sure that you are following these protocols to secure your accounts. Then, do not click any unknown email addresses. Ganun din po, it will lead to a phishing site. So, baka ma-compromise yung account niya. Taking care of your online reputation. Ito yung medyo mahalaga po sa atin. No, if you share fake news, ano yung tingin ng student sa inyo? Mukha kang fake news, di ba? Make sure na it's your sharing thing is it's legitimate, no? Hindi yung nakita nyo lang na may asteroid na i-share nyo na may asteroid. You have to validate first if the website or the link that you are sharing is a legitimate one. Set boundaries when you share online. Ngayon po, ito medyo siguro nagva-vary sa school na kung nag-post ka ng, for example, may nakabikini ka, check nyo kung pwede naman talaga sa school na mag-post ng may nakabikini. It's your reputation, hindi namin reputation yan. So parang ganun yung kailangan nyo pong timbangin. No, take precautions if you are going out of town and posting it online. For example, mahilig kayo mag-Instagram or mag-Facebook, hashtag Boracay, hashtag bless, hashtag sahod, diba? Hashtag vacation. Hindi nyo po alam na may nag-snoop sa inyo, tapos magnanakaw pala. Diba? Naka-follow sa inyo pero magnanakaw pala. And then they know, uy, wala sila sa bahay. It's our opportunity now to rob the house, diba? It's bad. So kung mag-post kayo ng vacation something, baka pwede pong i-filter nyo if it's just for friends or it's for public ba talaga. And then geotagging. Have you ever wondered why pag nag-post kayo sa Facebook ng photo, automatic malalaman niya kung saan nakuhanan yung picture na yan? That's what we call geotagging. No, every photo that you have on your phone has geotag. It gets the longitude and latitude of where you got that and then when you got the picture. So, very importante yun dahil when we upload photos, baka kasi naka-geotag. So, makalaman nila nasa na yung bahay mo. Parang basically, binigay mo sa buong mundo yung iyong address. Diba? So, medyo ingat po tayo sa ganyang mga bagay. Take a stand. Ito naman po is more on moral guidelines. So, pag meron kayong nakita na binubuli na hindi naman, makikita nyo naman po sa isang post, if it's bullying or nagtitrip lang sila, medyo mahirap pong itimbang. Pero sa gut feel nyo, alam nyo naman po siguro yung cyberbullying, diba? So, do not entertain bullying. Kung may bullying, please report it. Meron pong report sa side nun. And then also, if ever it's in the school or magkakaklase sila, you might want to check out guidance and counseling. And then, be kind online. Lagi, no? Kung kasi po, as a teacher, you're the role model. Kung ikaw ay puro capital letters lahat yung sinasabi mo sa internet, then that's synonymous to angry, di ba? Parang ano ba yung tingin ng student sa akin? Is it a model or parang iiwasan kanila because it could be matapang ka, masungit ka, di ba? So ganun po yung take a stand. Any questions, Ma'am Liz?
Yes, Richmond, there are a couple of questions here. Oh, nag-echo. Is having passwords okay if we're having trouble remembering them? Since I have read that we need to have different passwords, unique for every site for greater security. How's that?
Ma'am, it's up to them if they have this application na may vault sila wherein they store their passwords. For me, kasi sa akin may two-factor authentication naman. As long as there's a two-factor authentication, parang hindi naman issue na iba-iba yung password. Just make sure na sa'yo lang yung password.
All right. There was also a question like, although this is somehow related to Ms. Kathy's presentation, they wanted to know about the pros and cons of using Canvas and whether there are other LMS platforms that they can use or LMS that they can use. How about now the Google Classroom? Would you like to respond to that, Rich? Or Ms. Kathy?
For pros and cons of Canvas, we had weighed pros and cons on Canvas versus other LMSs. We've had shortlisted from a huge number or from a huge list to about 5 LMS, and then eventually the management had chosen Canvas. So, yun po, meron tayong process of selection and we have weighed. I can share some of the pros na lang or the advantages of using Canvas if you want me to share that with you probably. Just a few slides tomorrow or kung kailan po pwede siyang i-share kahit hindi na po mag-talk, just probably a video of the advantages of using Canvas. Yun po. So I can share with you. Now regarding yung major difference niya with other LMS, one, it's cloud-based, so you don't have to set up any servers anymore, unlike the other platforms. Ngayon lang naman po nag-start mag-adapt ng cloud servers yung ibang mga learning management system like Moodle, kasi nagta-tie up siya with other proprietary LMS din. Like si Blackboard, meron ng Blackboard and Moodle tie-up. So, meron pong mga ganong settings or setup ng mga existing LMS. Now, before with FEU, nagkaroon po kami ng, as mentioned, ginamit namin si Moodle. We set up our own servers. Okay, but now we've experienced a lot of problems in having our own servers. You have to monitor 24/7, and we have to keep track of the traffic. But with a cloud-based server po kasi, you don't need to think of any of those. All you have to do is to ensure that everybody's on board, and then the rest of the connections will be based from the, of course, cloud server of the learning management system. And in Canvas's case, ang gamit po niya ay Amazon Web Server. Yun lang po.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kanti. There's one more question, Rich, because you brought it up. Is there a way we can remove geotagging on pics or access on pictures? From Jocelyn Santos.
In iPhone and Android, you just find your privacy settings and then uncheck it, yung photo app, para matanggal po yung location and tagging. Yun lang po, madali lang siya. If hindi makafollow, you just search on removing geotagging using kunyari Android or iOS. It's siguro mga 3-step or 4-step process lang. Geotagging is done. Pero kung kunyari po, ang purpose po kasi ni geotagging is to kunyari to map everything, no, kung saan mo nakuha yung picture, for memories lang. Kunyari ano na nga ba yung mga photos na kinuha ko sa, for example, Malaysia. Just click the Malaysia map and then nandun lahat ng photo. So for organization. Pero if you don't want geotagging, you can use yung sinabi ko po, remove the geotagging or location tagging sa inyong mga phones.
All right, one other question here. Is it unwise for teachers to post on Facebook pictures or videos of their students doing group work? Question comes from Rosemary Amparado from Mindanao State University, Marawi Campus.
Yes, ma'am. In FEU, we don't allow that because it's against the privacy of the students. So pati yung mukha nila, it's their
Unless they allow.
Allow kung may form ka, di ba? Opo.
Unless they allow. Unless the students allow.
All right, that's great. So far, these are the questions that have been posted. So you may proceed with your presentation, Rich. So there, first
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
again.
Yes.
Okay.
Ako,
ahead,
another
Rich.
Q&A for the whole, siguro the whole the whole session. The last is about the Moodle na. So congratulations po sa lahat for having this activity, this session, because we are giving you free access to Moodle. You can practice all you want anytime for the whole year. So simula August 4 hanggang August 14, 2021, you can use Moodle for practice purposes. Para hindi naman binigyan kayo ng access ni university and then doon kayo magpa-practice. It's very risky. At least dito, you can delete everything, papalitan mo na lang yung lecture mo. We are providing, FEU is providing you free platform for practicing Moodle. Okay? Palakpakan natin, yes. Okay. So, login credentials, we will send you the email through your email address na na-register. Siguro within tomorrow or Wednesday, so that you could practice. This is because we are collating first kung sino yung mga nag-attend sa ating session today. So, when you go to your Moodle account, assuming na nandito na kayo or nakalogin kayo, you will be redirected to this page. It's called the dashboard. And let's see first kung ano yung mga parts niya. Before we start pala, baka kasi may mga tanong na ganito, sir, paano gumawa ng quiz, paano gumawa ng assignment, paano gumawa ng discussions or forums. This is not the session for that. We will have our session for actually trying something like creating a quiz. For this session is we'll just give you an overview. Ano yung capability para makita nyo na in the future, ano yung mga pwede kong gamitin na feature ni Moodle sa ating classroom. Okay? Siguro deal na po yun. Baka may magtanong po kung paano gumawa ng ano eh. So, yan. So, let's start with first the left side. It's called the navigation block. Ngayon, ang navigation block contains the dashboard, site home. Yung calendar is more on aning events or yung mga deadlines na binigay nyo sa students. Private files, these are files that only you can see. Pag clinic mo yan, you can also upload some syllabus or whatever, kung anong gusto mo ilagay na private files dyan. Also, there is the My Courses, which is mamaya na lang i-discuss. Okay. Next, yung right side ng screen, it's the faculty user account menu. When you click that, you will see yung ating parang menu niya na you go back to the dashboard, you have your profile if you want to add photos, nandyan yan. Grades, nandyan din. Messages, this is the asynchronous thing in Moodle wherein you have, kunyari nag-message si student at sabihin niya, sir, meron po akong, I need your help for this activity. This can be replied siguro as soon as makita mo siya. So, hindi dapat or hindi ka mandated na replyan siya. Okay? And then, preferences. If you have something to add or change the theme of Moodle, dito po yun. And then, of course, huwag niyong kakalimutan, lalo na pag gumagamit kayo ng hindi niyo personal na account, for personal na device, you log out. Okay? Then next is the courses itself. So, ito na po yung courses. Nasa gitna to nung pag-login nyo ng Moodle nyo. We have, for example, This one, recently accessed courses, yung favorite nyong ina-access nandyan. And then sa baba, lahat po ng courses. You can organize it, descending order or card or list. Yung list yung sunod-sunod lang po. Hindi siya naka-rectangular na. Okay? Then of course, the course list. If you have, for example, PE1, PE2, and PE3, in PE1, you have 3 sections. Nakapaloob po yon sa PE1. Hindi po, ang structure po hindi ganito. PE1, section 1. PE1, section 2. Hindi po ganun. So, sa PE1, nasa loob na yung mga sections. Okay? Ay, nawala. Ayan. So, yun. We have activities in Moodle. Yun po yung term niya. Ano yung mga pwedeng gamitin ni students. These are called activities. We have 14. First one is assignments. Assignments allow students to submit work to their teacher for grading. The work may be text type. Pwede silang mag-type inside the Moodle. Yan. Type. Or upload files. If you are requiring them to upload PDF document, then assignment is the best way to do it. Grading may be simple percentages. Kunyari, gusto nyo by 100%, 80 siya, ganyan. Or custom scales, or more complex rubric. So, pwede din po tayo maglagay ng rubric dyan. For example, you have 50 point and then ang score ng bata is 40. So, clueless yung bata, bakit ako 40? Saan ako nagkulang? So, the rubric here will answer that question. Sabihin, kulang ka sa presentation, hindi maayos yung PowerPoint mo. So, ganun po. And then, chat. Chat is the synchronous type. Kanina, yung inbox natin, yung messages kanina, it's the asynchronous, hindi kailangan mag-reply agad. Si chat is the reply agad messaging. So, it's like Facebook. You can or they can chat you if you are online. Pag hindi ka online, hindi nila matcha-chat. Okay, ayan po ang chat. Choice. The choice activity allows you to ask questions and set up radio buttons which learners can click to make a selection from a number of possible responses. So, ang magandang application nito, ang haba kasi ng definition, but essentially, for example, magpapavote ka, sino ang class mayor or sino ang class president. Choice is the best activity for that. Hindi po kasi siya graded. Kaya maganda pong gamitin natin to. Choices can be useful as quick poll to stimulate thinking about the topic, to allow the class to vote on the direction for the course, or yun nga, in the context of voting, kunyari, meron kang officials, pwede po yun, or to gauge progress. Okay? Then next, mabilis po ba? Sabihin nyo lang po sa Q&A para masabihan ako ni Ma'am Liz. The database activity allows the teacher or students to build, display, and search bank of record entries about conceivable topic. Hindi lang actually, kunyari, okay, kayong mga students, I want you to index or add to the database your research on a certain all types of dolphin, ganyan. So pwede silang mag-add doon. So that's a database. So parang it's like an Excel form pero mas advanced. No, pwede sila mag-add pictures, URLs, and then other media. Okay. And then feedback. The feedback activity allows you to create and conduct surveys to collect feedback. Maganda po ditong in-example is yung evaluation. No? Kunyari, sabihin niya, how did you feel about the field trip? Ganyan. Ano yung mga nasabi niya. Kasi ang maganda po sa feedback, hindi siya tulad ng choices na you're fixed with the choices. Si feedback, you can also add something like qualitative question. So maganda po siya for that. Then, a forum is the discussion type in Moodle. The forum activity allows students and teachers to exchange ideas by posting comments on part of the thread. So there are two features of forum. One is you can answer without looking first dun sa answer ng mga kaklase mo. So may setting si teacher na ganun na before a student can view other students' replies, they should have to submit their own content. Actually, maganda yan kasi to avoid copying of opinion of others. Kasi ang tendency niyan, pag yung student nakita niya yung sagot ng kabila, kokopyahan niya lang. Mamaya, siya na yung huling sumagot, nakuha niya na lahat-lahat ng mga naunang sumagot. Diba? Nakuha na yung idea. Also, the student can answer or inject an opinion to other students' opinion. So, magre-reply siya sa student A, si student B, and si student C may reply din. So, hanggang sagutan siya virtually. Ganun siya. Pero asynchronous po yan. Meaning po, hindi siya live na nagagawa ng inyong model. Pwedeng mag-reply ako ng after 1 hour, yung isa after 1 minute. So, asynchronous talaga. Then glossary, these are the dictionary of terms. Terms lang naman to. Maintain the list of definitions. If you are teaching technical terms, for example, ako programming, may mga technical terms na hindi nila alam or something like abbreviations na kailangan namin gamitin. Kunyari, FLO, ano ba yung FLO, di ba? You have to define it using the glossary. And then lesson, this is an activity wherein the students can create wherein the teacher can create branching. Ang maganda po dito, if you create a lesson, for example, okay, please read something like it. Tapos sa baba niya, merong nakasulat na, do you want to watch the video or do you want to read another article? So may mga ganong choices. And then, after which, kunyari, nilagay niya, oh, I want to watch a video. Then you will set up another page wherein sasabihin mo na, okay, pag pumunta siya sa video, ito yung makikita niya. And then you can also add questions. So, kunyari, after ng video, ano yung meaning ng ganito sa term na to? So, you have few questions. So, ganun po siya. Yun po yung term na branching. This is, in technical side, it's the adaptive learning type of activity in Moodle. Yun. External tool, if you are familiar with Turnitin or any other tools na hindi outside ng Moodle, pwede siyang ma-integrate dyan. So kaya sinabi niya na LTI, it's a standard of learning tool interoperability. Pwede siyang gumamit sa ibang platform pero gumagana din siya sa Moodle. So that's an external tool. This is subject not for the consumption of faculty or administration of faculty. This is for administrators. So kung si administrator nagsabi siya, meron tayong Grammarly, ilalagay namin sa Moodle. And then dun sa menu nyo, dun sa course, magpapakita na si Grammarly. Ganun po ang external tool. Next is SCORM. This is a standardized, I think, activity. Ito ay proprietary. So, hindi na natin itatakal to. And then survey, teachers can use this to gather data from students. Ang pagkakaiba naman niya dun sa feedback, kung naaalala nyo, si survey is meron siyang graph. Talagang survey siya. It's used for research purposes. So that's a survey. Teachers can use this to gather data from their students that will help them learn about their class and reflect on their own teaching. Ayan. And Wikipedia, parang Wiki allows students to create a collaborative document by building pages together. Ayan nga, similar to Wikipedia. Unlike other collaborative editing programs, the Wiki is a standard Moodle activity and so no extra permissions or logins are needed. So hindi na sila gagawa or lalabas pa ng Moodle. Nandun lang sila sa loob. Which is a good thing kasi pag lumabas ka sa Moodle, it will consume another chunk amount of data which is hindi maganda po sa mga students lalo na sa remote areas. One thing po na pinopromote namin sa Moodle, it's very lightweight when it comes to data. Kaya it will help the students to at least access the basic features of Moodle. Okay, and then workshop. This is more of a powerful peer assessment activity. Students add submissions, so it's a group feature of Moodle. So ito I think yung last na feature. Salamat po sa pakikinig. Sana marami po kayong natutunan. And again, if we have questions about how to go about the quiz, it's in a different activity na po. Ma'am Liz?
Thank you very much, Teacher Rich. Okay, there you have it, friends. Our blogger teacher. I tell you, I was even monitoring some of you there. As I mentioned earlier, that he has a YouTube channel, or you can find him there. Some of them already said they have subscribed, so you now have new followers. Well, among the questions, yeah, it's really very helpful. Among the questions raised here, Rich, is what is the difference of Moodle from a Google Classroom?
When we say Google Classroom po kasi it's proprietary. You have to purchase first something like educational suite for the administrators ng ating mga schools for it to be used university-wide. Si Moodle po, it's open source. So if you want to set up for your own learning classroom, walang problema po. Actually, meron po tayong free dyan. It's called the Moodle Cloud. You can take note of that. Moodle Cloud, it's free for a limited number of students. Ngayon, what we are giving you is the free server for you to at least practice, and I will load everything mga 100 students doon just to simulate yung inyong classroom experience. Ngayon po, aside from yung Google Classroom is proprietary, I think in my experience, kasi po ay isa akong Google certified educator, yung sabi nga ni Ma'am Liz, Classroom has this limited control when it comes to classroom experience. So yun, Ma'am Liz.
Thank you so much. Sir Rich, meron pang question dito. Does Moodle allow for private feedback to be sent to individual students?
Yes po, that's private po. When you feedback dun sa assessments nila, that those are intended for either a group kung naka-group sila, or a student if it's individual.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Again, I would like to invite all participants to post their questions now so we can have this addressed by Richmond or by Miss Kathy Katamora. I'm looking at other question here. Okay, it says here, it's not really a question, but SCORM means shareable content object reference model. So I guess this Jose Taroy Jr. from the Division of Antipolo City uses Moodle, so he's familiar with the acronym. All right, there's another question. How do you deliver asynchronous class sa programming subjects like Python programming, etc., or any laboratory class?
Well, for application or skill-based, lalo na po sa programming, it's important that you challenge the student with different logics which are not found over the web. You can supplement the demonstrations if you want. You can reuse contents from YouTube kung paano mag-program, for example, on Python, and then give them a challenge. More likely po kasi when we say programming, it's skill-based talaga di ba? So maganda po talagang na-challenge yung brain nila kung paano mag-program. Ngayon po, you can refer to other websites kung ano yung kanilang mga challenges. Like there are various open source, hindi naman open source, free tutorials. Tapos you get the idea kung paano nila in-approach yung kanilang programming subject.
All right. Question here, Rich. Downloadable ba ang Moodle, or do you need to subscribe?
You have two po. Yung downloadable can be deployed in a server if you have a server. And also, you can subscribe dun sa Moodle Cloud na sinasabi ko that's paid. Ang weakness lang po, or hindi naman weakness, but ang limitation po ng Moodle Cloud is they are limited to number of users and also the number of files. May solution po tayo sa files. For example, you are uploading on a video, you can upload it sa YouTube and make it private. Kasi po, yung Moodle Cloud is limited lang. Actually, nakita ko lang, nasa 1 gigabyte lang. Yung pinakamahal pa yun na server nila or subscription nila.
Okay, thank you very much, Rich. Any other question, you may post it here. Meanwhile, ako naman ang magtatanong sa mga participants natin. How is it so far? How do you feel? What have you learned from the sessions this morning as well as in this afternoon? How have we helped you, or how else can we help you? So you may start typing them. Meanwhile, as we wait for, or you may also post your questions. Meanwhile, I will switch to another slide muna. Rich, I'll get back to you as soon as questions come in. I'd like to switch to a slide provided by Chini, which will tell you of the schedules for tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, the call time is at 8:30. Make sure you're on with us already. The link will be provided to you. You'll be with us tomorrow, starting at 8:30 in the morning. We shall start promptly at 9 o'clock with the sessions. The sessions for tomorrow, Module 2, will be about designing course expected learning outcome, or CELO, for online learning. And that will be delivered by Mr. Angelo De Leon. And then in the afternoon, we have another speaker, Andrea Austria, who would be teaching us on writing a course information booklet, or CIB. We will also we wish to inform you that before the end of the session today, we will send you a link for the evaluation of the morning and this afternoon session. So we would appreciate it if you could accomplish that. And also, if you have any questions pertaining to the other presentations this morning, actually, I think Josephine Talan is still with us, and Miss Kathy as well as Richmond are here, and even the head for this FEU HIEd Bayanihan project is Dr. Mayet Rivera is also with us. So if you have any questions or any concerns, feel free to post them now. Okay, I will also browsing through the question and answers chat box so that we will be able to respond to your questions. I guess one question here, Rich, maybe you can respond to. This comes from Iris Rowena Bernardo of PUP Manila. Do we download bank applications for online banking? How do we know if the app is authentic and probably safe? Would you like to respond to this, Rich?
Yes, sorry, na-turn off ko na yung video. But when you download applications, most likely dun sa iOS platform, it's safe. Pag sa Android po, make sure that you are downloading from the manufacturer, kunyari po, or the company. For example, you're downloading BDO, make sure that's the name of the vendor dun sa Play Store ba tawag? It's BDO Unibank Inc. So, it varies po. Kailangan lang po nyong i-check kung si BDO talaga yon. Nakasulat naman po yun kay Play Store before downloading.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, because of late, several, I guess, posts on Facebook have notified us that there were a couple who were victims of phishing. They were receiving text messages, and apparently they gyp you into providing your either mobile phone or other contact information number, and they get access to your bank account. So be careful, friends. All right, so another question asked here is it possible for computer programming subjects to be set up with interactivity in Moodle? This comes from Paulo Victoria from the Bulacan Polytechnic College.
May question ako sa kanya na what do you mean interactivity po ba?
All right, would you like to respond to that again, please? Could you please clarify what you wish to ask about the interactivity? All right. Meanwhile, let me repeat. No, the session for tomorrow is module 2, and we have the one starting in the morning, designing course expected learning outcomes, hello for online learning, while I am waiting his response, okay? And in the afternoon, we have writing a course information booklet. And the other modules, just allow me to announce it. Module 4 is about teaching and learning online. And then Module 5 is assessing and grading online. Module 6 is online presentation and performance-based assessments. And Module 7 is a TECHSHOP, where you'll be exploring online presentation and performance-based assessment platforms. Okay, those are the modules that are upcoming in the next coming days. All right, the question here is, how can we enroll the how can we enroll the students in the Moodle?
Sige po, you have when you have these administrators, for example po, the school is supporting you, dapat po you will not be tasked to enroll the students. But if you want to enroll the students in Moodle, there's what we call site administration, wherein you can just type the number of the username, the password of the student by default, and then let them change it after. Yun po.
Okay. Another question from Taguig City University from Jeyo Maniulit. Is it possible po ba to give activities in mathematics? Kasi medyo mahirap po siguro in terms of putting equations.
Ma'am, meron po. We have this what we call equations quiz. But syempre, depende po kung gaano kakomplikado yung math equation. Baka naman po ano yan, kung anong theory po yan, baka hindi po kakayanin. But basic formula questions are there. You can use a quiz for that.
Okay, thank you. And then from Sadamin Bagolong from Cotabato City State Polytechnic College, some are using the free LMS applications, but with limited access. Are you suggesting that Moodle and Canvas apps are more friendly than the free ones? Based on the presentation, I find these two apps very useful and practical, especially the Canvas.
Yes, free po talaga has very limited features. Just siguro for commercial purposes, they want you to try it and then eventually you have to purchase it. Pero yung sinasabi niyo pong free ones are not that limiting na baka hindi kayo maka-create ng maraming assignments. You can create as much assignments as you want. Yun lang po, if you want to have it free, you have to shoulder the server that kunyari si Moodle is having, kasi binibigay niya naman po yung source code ng Moodle, and then you have to just deploy it sa school nyo with a server or a cloud service, and then after nun, wala kayong babayaran kay Moodle. So yun po. So medyo babalansehin po natin yan because kaya po kami lumipat, sabi nga ni Ma'am Cathy, we changed to Canvas. It's because the server is not deployed in FEU. For example po, nagkaroon ng malawakang blackout sa Manila. Ang mangyayari po niyan sa server is the Moodle is not accessible anymore. Pag cloud-based po tayo, ang maganda sa kanya is kahit nag-blackout, it's all over somewhere in Asia. So baka naman po sabihin nyo na Canvas yung pinopromote. Moodle can be also deployed in cloud.
Okay, thank you. Here's a clarificatory statement here, or what explaining what he wishes to refer to. Galing kay Paulo Victoria from the Bulacan Polytechnic College. I mean, actual programming features probably. Could there be integrated third-party compilers?
Yes, sir. You can integrate Google Meet and also Big Blue Button so that if you want to discuss live, siguro yun po yung gustong sabihin ni sir. Tapos, pero yung pag-check po ng codes, that's a very difficult thing to answer because parang essay din po ang programming. No, there are various ways in writing a program. So, pag ganun po yung goal nyo, kailangan manual po nyo i-check yun isa-isa. Pero kung gusto nyo pong i-demo ang program live, there's always what we call yung sinabi ko kaninang LTI wherein you can integrate Google Meet and then yung iba may blue button, Zoom. Actually, Facebook Room, pwede po nating i-paste lang yung link and then automatic po pwedeng mag-join kahit sino.
Here's another question from Krishna Matining of PDM Bulacan. Alin po mas magandang gamitin? Moodle or Canvas, especially sa mga students in public colleges or universities na limited ang access sa internet?
Naku ma'am, ang hirap sagutin yan. Parehas pong maganda. Parehas pong maganda. Ang ano na lang is yung budget po siguro ng school. Kung kaya niya si Canvas because Canvas is per user. Pag dineploy po natin si Moodle, hindi naman magtatanong kung ilang users yan. Ang kailangan nyo lang po is yung cloud server. Yun po. To give you an idea, ang pinaka-minimal na cloud server na pwedeng gamitin kay Moodle is around sabihin na natin 25,000 per annum. Minimal po yun ha, kung konti lang pong estudyante. Pero it would go up to 200,000 per year. Pero ano na po yun, buong university na po yun. Hindi po yan per tao. Buong university na.
Okay, thank you. Can Moodle and Canvas be used in remote learning without internet or offline learning?
Well, siguro hindi siya pwede when it comes to parang i-install mo yung app tapos sign in ka tapos pwedeng offline. Hindi po siya pwedeng ganun eh. If you want na kunyari yung resources is to be downloaded, the teacher can set naman anytime na okay, etong resource na to can be downloaded over the internet para at least pag nasa kunyari city sila, ma-download nila and then go back sa bahay so that they could siguro review it. Anyway po, kung essay nga po yung sagutan nyo or hindi naman kailangang malaki yung file, for example, PowerPoint na malaki yung file, pwede po yan kahit sa pinakamabagal na internet connection.
Okay, that's very informative. That helps, no? Okay, mula kay Michael Angelo Ranyosa, LPT, ACLC. Teacher Rich, you have mentioned earlier that installing updates prevent any intrusion, especially for apps and platforms. Is there any way for us to update them without making your computer or phone running slow or making your storage capacity to be full?
Ma'am, sir, yun pong inyong Windows, if you're pertaining to Windows, there's what we call this clean up, where you can clean up all the update files. Tatanggalin niya lahat ng installer na download para ma-free up yung space. Yun naman pong pabilisin yung kahit na-upgrade nyo, pero kailangan mabilis pa rin yung computer kasi yun po yung tendency pag nag-update, bumabagal po yung device. May video po ako niyan, sorry. May video po ako niyan kung paano pabilisin. Yun nga, follow lang kayo.
All right, there's another question here. I-dovetail ko na to. There are two questions from Romeo Winston Dizon from Berhen Milagrosa University Foundation, and again from Patrick Vergara from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University of La Union. Moodle and Canvas platform. Thank you, Dao, because Moodle and Canvas platforms are the ones you presented are both relevant LMS. But do you suggest the use of free platforms to most teachers? And the question of Patrick was, is Edmodo a good LMS provider?
Actually, pare-parehas naman po yung good LMS because they have this different subscribers. Like si Canvas po, to share it to you, si Canvas ginagamit ni Harvard, I think, tsaka si Yale. Tapos po, si Moodle, ginagamit po yan ng University of the Philippines. I think, Ma'am Liz, baka nadatnan mo kung may Moodle na noon.
Meron.
Meron na ba?
Student though. Nung estudyante ko, wala pa yun.
Wala pa ba? Ayan po. Opo. So, it's up to the ano talaga, administrator of the system on how they implement. Katulad po nung shinare po ni Ma'am Cathy, it's not just about the technology, it's about the appreciation of faculty and students.
Okay, there's this one question here from Jojo Baldassar of Taguig City University. Wala lang siyang pretext, but I'll give the context. In an online learning, will I be missing the give and take of a conventional classroom setting?
Ang hirap ng tanong. Baka yung IE po ay makasagot nito. IE team, sila ano po?
Yeah, okay. Sir Joseph, would you want to respond to that? Because earlier, actually, this morning, there was a question raised that if you go into online learning mode, how will you establish the teacher and student relationship, or probably the connection? How can you still achieve that when we are not seeing each other personally? You're all in a virtual world, quite distant from each other. Sir Joseph? Okay, he's taking time to go on board. Hello, Soldier Joseph. Okay, maybe there's a problem with the internet connection, but as soon as you're available, just say hello and I'll put you in, okay? All right, what else do we have here? Okay.
Siguro
there are not questions, but I'll go.
Ng quite ano lang, dun sa tanong ni Sir. Si Sir po ba or Ma'am?
Okay, go ahead.
Siguro depende po yun sa konteksto kung saan nanggagaling yung teacher or yung student. If the student, for example, has a limited connection or the teacher has limited connection, then there is a drop-off. But you can have a trade-off for that. You can give a student, for example, modules that he or she can answer by using siguro a limited connection. Like yung sinabi ko po, na text-based lang siya. Now, if it's a video, then therefore, kailangan either mag-adjust po yung dalawang parties.
Okay. All right. These are not questions, but already more or less they would like to express their gratitude, okay, to FEU and more so with the speakers. Sabi ni John Paul de la Cruz, thank you FEU. Sabi naman ni Melvin Escartin, thank you for presenting another platform. Kudos to FEU HIEd Bayanihan project and to all speakers in today's session. And also from Saidamin Babalong from Cotabato City, thanks a lot FEU and HIEd Bayanihan. I learned a lot. Kudos to the moderator and speakers. Ang galing! All right, what else does it say? Hold on. Okay, Jesus Aquino, rather, of University of Luzon, he says, very informative. And it's anonymous, but I will read the comment. Very engaging, informative. Thank you for sharing your expertise. And so did J.O. Maniulit. He says, thank you, sir, because you were able to give the response. And Julius Cancino actually is responding to one of the questions. He said, you can use Code Runner po sa Moodle. Would you like to explain a little bit more of what is Code Runner? Kasi ako, hindi ko alam. Go ahead.
Ako po, hindi ko pa narinig po yung Code Runner, but if they are using it, why not share to everyone? Also, everyone could use it. Ma'am, may tanong dito. Is Moodle different from e-learning?
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yung Moodle po is the platform, yung e-learning po yung konsepto. So when you apply e-learning, you can either use Moodle, your Canvas, Edmodo, Google Classroom. So ganun po yung concept nun.
All right, so thank you very much, Richmond and Miss Kathy Katamora. I'd like to ask the participants if you have any other questions that you'd like to pose. We can still entertain them. Meanwhile, let me use this few more minutes to show you once again the schedule for tomorrow, as well as the links for your attendance evaluation form and the link to our live session tomorrow. Chini, could you kindly show them the power of the slide, please? So once again, we would like to thank our presenters this morning, Professor Josephine Talan, Miss Mary, and then I forgot her first name. Hold on, no, her last name. Miss Mary, um, Miss Mary Kahiwat, all right. And then Richmond, Lim, and Miss Catherine Katamar. All right. Once again, this is to announce our sessions for tomorrow. Please be on board. Please be in the room by 8:30 in the morning. We will start promptly at 9 o'clock. Our speaker is Angelo De Leon, and the discussion will focus on designing the course expected learning outcome for online learning. In the afternoon, you will start promptly at 1 o'clock. Your speaker is Andrea Austria, and the module is titled Writing a Course Information Booklet. The next slides will also show you the links for evaluation and for the link tomorrow. Could you show that slide for us, Chini? All right, could you change the slide, please? All right, we're having some difficulties. All right, okay. These are the links for the training. This is the link for tomorrow. So please take note of that. Make sure you're on board before 9 o'clock. At 8:30, we should start checking your attendance. Okay. While you're at it, allow me to read another comment from Zemla Fernandin. Thank you very much, FEU and HIEd Bayanihan, for a very fruitful first day of training. Looking forward to more informative topics in the next days. And Kim Inaldo says, good day. Thank you for your information. Oh, there's a question here. Is there a live classroom discussion in the Moodle, just like Zoom or Google Meet? Which one?
Ma'am, there's a free. It's called Big Blue Button.
You're having an echo. Could you repeat that, please? Rich?
Ma'am,
Okay,
we have
mentioned
free. It's called the Big Blue Button. Free po siya, and also H5P.
How can they download it?
Kasama na po yan sa Moodle pag naka-cloud kayo.
Okay, thank you. And then somebody did not, or she did not write her name, but thank you, FEU, for the webinars this day. I learned a lot about the topic the speakers had discussed. God bless. And Iris Bernardo, as I stated this morning, great moderator. Ako ho yun. Biglang yung moderator na sumasagot.
Palakpakan po natin moderator natin ngayon.
Sila Chini yan sumasagot. Thank you, FEU Ched, and to all the speakers for providing insightful discussion for today. And from Paulo Victoria, thank you for this very informative seminar. God bless you. Time check, it's 2:46. So I'm waiting for more instructions on the slides. Okay, do you now have the slides, Chini, for the link to the evaluation form? We would appreciate that. So once again, we're checking your attendance. Please make sure that you have enlisted yourself for the afternoon session. Of course, yes, we will be giving you certificates at the end of the 5-day training, and we will be asking you to participate by filling up the evaluation form for the session this morning and also for the session that we had this afternoon. And all right, so anything else? Okay, Sir Joseph, are you in? Sir Joseph? Okay, Miss Maya, do you have any, would you want to say something else before we bid them goodbye?
Yes, Liz, thank you very much. We appreciate the presence. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, Maya, you're audible. Yeah, you're audible.
Yes. We've been monitoring since the morning, and we're very glad that there are so many participants who have appreciated, who have learned a lot, and who they said are very engaged in this discussion. Thank you very much to everyone who attended today, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Again, let me reiterate, and I think it is also in your email, that we ask for your commitment for the 5-day workshop, a 5-day training rather. So we hope to see you daily, and we hope to see you engage online. and of course not anonymous anymore, and that some of the participants who were not able to come and to log in this morning will be able to really be able to make it for tomorrow and for the rest of the day. So thank you also to our speakers, to our facilitators, and especially Ms. Liz. Thank you very much for your moderatorship of this seminar and this day's event. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bayet Rivera. All right, just reading off a few more things from April Shane Akas of St. Peter's College in Iligan. You can also use Congrea for virtual conference in Moodle. And then from JS Real Estate College, Zamboanga del Sur, he would like to express his gratitude to FEU for the informative lectures. And then also from Rizel Bedea from Hercor College, thank you so much, very informative in this training. Alexis Cromwell Arandia from Pangasinan State College, thank you for the webinar session like this. We are very excited for the next sessions. Kudos to all the speakers and all persons behind this webinar. And then from Patrick Vergara from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University in La Union. Good day. Thanks very much for this webinar. My knowledge about online learning and LMS were enriched. From Angela Israel, the chick learned to use internet first before learning to fly. Then Jayo Maniulit, thank you po ulit, no? And then Ronald Biones also thanks FEU. And all right. Okay, so that's about it. Time check 2:50. We're 10 minutes earlier down to 3 o'clock, which is the scheduled closing of the sessions for each day's module. All right, so on behalf of all the organizers, I would like to thank, of course, the people behind the seminar. I mean, the online, the ones preparing your attendance sheet, all the slides and all that. I'd like to thank Chini. I'd like to thank Pipay. And of course, Oliver Brioso has joined us, have been helping us also, Kathy Katamora, and then Richmond Lim has really been on board since day one. And of course, the people from the Institute of Education, of course, their dean, headed by their dean, Harold Kulala, and for getting all the IE persons. By the way, FEU's College of Institute of Education is the Center of Excellence, not awarded by CHIEd. So that's why they're giving back to you what we have. Also, we would like to acknowledge, of course, the support given to us by the administrators by Dr. Mirna Quinto, the Vice President for Academic Development, also the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Teresa Pino, and the School President, Dr. Michael Alba. All this would not have happened without the support also of everyone, all the other faculty and staff of the Far Eastern University, and thank you for trusting us to share with you what we have been experiencing and what we can what resources that we have. Again, all recordings of the modules will be uploaded after they have been edited. They can be found on Facebook page of the Far Eastern University and FEU Manila Institute of Education. So thank you very much. I'm Liz Abanto saying, pag-ingat, mag-amping, o mag-ayo-ayo kamong tanan. Magkita-kita usab ta ugma, magkita ulit po tayo bukas. Maraming salamat po. There's the link to the evaluation form. Good afternoon.